Hi everyone, today I will discuss the lesson 4 in environmental marketing, which is the overview of macro environmental factors. In this chapter, we continue our exploration of how marketers gain insights into an overview of what is macro environment and how it helps the marketing plan to be successful. Market environment that consists of micro and macro environment shapes the environment of marketing strategy planning. The micro environments serve as the immediate environment because it is the factors that directly affects the process and the transaction of the businesses. These factors include suppliers, competitors, consumers, intermediaries, company, and the general public. The macro environment is an external factors that may or may not predictable but shapes the marketing strategy planning. This includes the cultural factors, demographic and social trends. The economic environment, the technological and political environment, and the natural environment. Strictly speaking, the macro environment encompasses all the relevant factors making up the broad environmental context in which company operates. The macro environment place analysis is a strategic tool. It helps businesses succeed by understanding political, economic, social, and technological impacts. Without the information it brings to light, a business will find themselves conflicted. They may be forced to fight against threat without a plan of action. They may not acknowledge advanced technologies and they may become susceptible to laws and regulations without notice. This analysis tool is intended to help with smarter decision making and it matters. The macro environmental consists of six factors: demographic, environment, economic environment, cultural environment, the natural environment, technological environment, and the political legal environment. Marketers must give close consideration to the trends and improvement in this and alter their marketing techniques if needed. New opportunities are continually developing that anticipate the correct marketing knowledge and resourcefulness. Demographic environment. Demographic is a study of human population in terms of size, density, location, age, gender, race, occupation, and other statistics. Demographic is very important because it involves people and people make up markets. The world population is growing at an explosive rate. Size. The size of the country is estimated by counting the numbers of the people in the country. Composition of population can be assessed by classifying it by using different criteria described as follows. Age, composition, generation. The population is divided into three categories, which is child, working, age, and above. Race is the classification of population of the basis of race is subjective as individuals usually identify their own race and the population census conducted by their countries. Religion categories and demographic classification also vary across countries. Language, it is depending on the major language spoken in the particular country. The classification of population according to language also varies across countries. Education profile is assessed by enumerating the number of people of 18 years and above attaining a specific level of education. Education level also often influences income, product choices, and standard of living. Businesses often use such information for market research and product targeting. Occupation, different countries have been using different occupation classification. It is a data used by businesses for targeting and pricing for their product. Income being a primary measure of well-being of person influence his or her purchasing power and choices. Income can be aggregate income of a person or per capita income. Gender composition, one of the basic characteristic of demographic. The gender composition largely reflect the underlying social, economic, and cultural patterns of the society. Family life cycle, the stages of life through which families go through, known as family life cycle. It is expressed as family with no children, families with children. We go to economic environment. The term economic environment refers to all the external economic factors that influence buying habits of consumers and businesses, and therefore affect the performance of the company. These factors are often beyond a company's control and may be either large scale or small scale. Macro factors include employment, unemployment, income, inflation, interest rates, tax rates, currency exchange rates, saving rates, consumer confidence level, and recessions. While micro factors include the size of available market, demand for the company's product and services, competition, availability and equality of suppliers, and the reliability of company's distribution chain. In natural environment, it is a climate, weather, and natural resources that affect human survival and economic activity. Nature influences demand for many products. Of course, natural disasters such as tornadoes and floods can influence demand for building products, and unseasonable weather can damage or enhance sales depending on the type of product. For example, due to pandemic or coronavirus, some areas are held locked down that affect the shipments of goods and the some raw materials that the firm needed in producing their product. Another one is due to climate change. Major disaster happen like typhoon and volcanic eruption which affect the production of natural resources. Because of this distraction from the to certain phenomenon that can lead to shortage and directly affect the business economy. The social cultural environments, the institution and other forces that affect a society's basic values, perception, preferences, and behaviors. Values of society affect marketing and sales programs in variety of ways. Firms develop new products in response to trend in consumer taste and preferences. There are two factors that businesses followed in response to consumer social and cultural diversity. One is norms and second is ethics. When we say norms, the certain standard that one society abide, and the ethics is the rational thinking of which determining the right and wrong. These factors are important in marketing since consumers are diverse and has different perspective based on the product they patronize. Most of the consumers are prefer those product lines that is honest to their consumers and also producing their product without creating hazard for the environment, or should I say eco-friendly businesses, since consumers are being observant and conservative on the product they purchase. Technological environment, technology plays an important part of our daily lives, and it rapidly grows and evolves, making a change even the business world. Social media, web, and other gadgets that can be used gives a huge impact in modern marketing. It's strengthened and build consumer relationship, which the organization grow, and it allows the company to gather more information about its possible customers. Technology can be another way to give an opportunity to a certain company, but they also have to look out for this because it constantly change. It improves and the company must have ability to keep with these changes. Otherwise, they may miss market opportunity. But also technology isn't always about social medias and other technological devices. It also about innovating your product, developing the manufacturing process and techniques. The pool of technological change refers to the development of manufacturing process and production of product, goods, and services. There is always a good side and bad side of it. The use of technology can bring the company both opportunities and trends. It can make your product even better. It can also increase awareness. But if the product fails to adopt these technological changes, it may also affect the business. Being outdated can be risk for the business that is can be force of the competition and is another opportunity for potential competitors. The political legal environment may determine what laws and regulation affecting specific marketers and enacted, and how much the government purchases and from which suppliers. It can also be important in helping organizations secure foreign markets. There are three types of political, legal, and its factors that can still give an impact to a business. One is government. It gives decide all the fiscal policies, monetary policies, and taxation modules as well. The legal, in order to equally protect the consumer and the manufacturers, the country must have an effective legal system with laws. And lastly, the political, the lack of political stability in country affects business operations, and whenever it became unstable, it adversely affect the follow of foreign capital and enterprise. This commonly happens with the companies that operates internationally. And that's all for our lesson 4. Thank you. Hi